President Donald Trump may now have backed away from his plans to seize Greenland, but after weeks of transatlantic tension, it is still a major issue for European leaders. So much so that earlier on today, the French President Emmanuel Macron described the turbulence as a strategic wake-up call for the continent. Now, he made those comments as he hosted the Greenlander and Danish leaders at the Élysée Palace.
Welcoming you both here today is an opportunity for France to reiterate its solidarity with Denmark, its commitment to your sovereignty and territorial integrity, and to reaffirm to Greenland and the Greenlandic people our full support. In view of Russia's stance in the far north, China's economic presence, and the strategic consequences of this rapprochement, we agree on the need to strengthen our defense posture in the Arctic. Recent events confirm that the situation in Greenland is a strategic wake-up call for the whole of Europe.
With me now, Philip Turle, our foreign editor, to talk a bit about that meeting today. What do we know about these discussions, Philip, and specifically what were the Danish and the Greenlander leaders trying to get out of this?
Right. There's no secret to the fact that the action by Donald Trump and his pledge to want to take control of Greenland, many thought by force until the Davos Economic Summit where he backed down on that, has shaken up the world order, and particularly that between different NATO countries, between the United States and the other NATO countries who now look at the United States as being a possible aggressor against a fellow NATO country. So the meeting in Paris today was to underline the solidarity between the Greenlanders, the Danes who have control of Greenland, and the other members of the European Union. And Emmanuel Macron has been one of the strongest supporters of action to stand up to the United States, to stand up to Donald Trump, saying that the more that one panders to him, the more that one goes in Donald Trump's direction or tries to placate him, the more Donald Trump will be a bully. The only thing that he stands ready to look at and take action after is when Europe stands united in the face of the United States, and that's why he's backed down. So it was an underlining factor by all of the countries taking part today, the two countries plus France, to say that we have to stay solid in solidarity with each other. And a couple of other points that were important to underline, I think, also is the respect for international law, also security issues in the Arctic, particularly the threat from China and from Russia, and the economic and social development of Greenland in the future, and possibly the setting up of more EU bases there with EU troops on the ground to dissuade the United States from any view they might have of to try and take control of Greenland in the future.
And Philip, is there a feeling, even though, look, Greenland no longer feels like quite such an imminent threat, that actually the problems that Donald Trump poses for Europe really haven't gone away?
There's no doubt that all of the leaders present today, Jens Frederik Nielsen, the Greenlander Prime Minister, Mette Frederiksen, the Prime Minister of Denmark, and also Emmanuel Macron, the French president, are all worried about the fact that Donald Trump is completely unpredictable and can change his mind. No one really knows exactly what was discussed. At least we journalists don't know the details of what was discussed between the NATO leader and Donald Trump at the summit in Davos, and why Donald Trump backed down afterwards on his claim to want to take hold of Greenland, certainly not by force anymore. And there are only ideas about the fact that this may lead to increased US bases in Greenland in the future, but something the US already has the right to do. Remember that the United States has asked, or particularly Donald Trump has said, that he was interested in taking control of Greenland since the end of his first mandate back in 2019. He was already talking about it. He sent his son, Donald Trump Jr., to Greenland last January with Charlie Kirk, and then there was a visit by J.D. Vance to Greenland later on last year. So there's certainly no, I think, doubt about the fact that Donald Trump has still got his eyes on Greenland. He's taken them off there for the moment due to the conflict in Iran, maybe due to what's been going on in Venezuela, and also to the riots in Minneapolis. But I think there's definite concern in Europe that Donald Trump may come back again and say that he wants Greenland, and we'll be back to square one with more threats of tariffs and eventually the US trying to take control